The Outlaw Music Festival is coming to Somerset Amphitheater on Friday, September 6th. You can be there for an unforgettable experience, including live performances from Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, John Mellencamp, and more. Tickets are still available. Full details now at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Welcome back. Parrish Morning Show. Here we are. My button's stuck. Sorry. Welcome back. Parrish Morning Show. Here we are. Cut day was yesterday for the Minnesota Vikings. Whoa, I said cut. Didn't I? Boy, I sure hope I did.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, can I ask you guys a question, by the way, real quick? And I'll get to news in a minute. And Cory, we talk about this a lot. My memory is, it's over now.
All of our memories are fading. We should do something about it.
It's over now. I'm listening to an audiobook right now of the year Tom Brady won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's just about that specific year. But it also, of course, setting the scene, goes through, how they got there, this, that, and the other. Do you guys remember the Tampa Bay Buccaneers drafting a kicker in the second round?
Did they cut him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Florida
one of
State?
Something like something like that. It's like one of the biggest misses in the history of the
Rodriguez.
Can you imagine drafting a kicker in the second round?
Well, yeah, Janikowski was a first rounder, but he was awesome, right? Sebastian Janikowski.
Right? Yeah.
Second round is pretty rare. Obviously, first round outside of Janikowski is essentially unheard of. But
and that worked out great, but I still think it's a ridiculous thing.
If you have the best kicker, like if you could get Justin Tucker, for his entire career, he would be worth a first round pick.
But again, you are assuming that he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
That's my point.
Right.
And they did gamble on Janikowski. And again, is Janikowski in the Hall of Fame? If not, he's going to be close, right?
It's got to be.
Dude had a monster career.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, drafting a kicker that high is going to bite you in the ass. Well, look at Reichert. Looks like he's the real deal. What round did we get him in? 6th? 5th or 6th? 6th? Something like that.
But you get chastised for even doing that.
I know.
Right? Because kickers...
I'm totally on board with taking a kicker.
They took Carlson in the 4th round.
Yeah.
And people are like, what the hell are they doing?
Which is, I mean, if that's the right round, that's even more preposterous that we let him go after 3 weeks or whatever.
I think it was the 4th round.
Felt like it was longer than that, but it doesn't matter. Either way.
It was a really bad start, though.
That was really bad, boy.
Yeah. Well,
now he's awesome.
They thought they were a Super Bowl team.
No.
What, did he miss 4 in that game against?
And Packer guy was available, right?
Yeah.
So that was a unique scenario.
He was a 5th round pick, yeah.
Carlson?
Yeah. Now he's like one of the best kickers in the league.
Yep. That's all right. Looks like Reichert's the real deal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Why not?
He's kicking the hell out that ball. Anyway.
Yeah. Again, a kicker almost always, unless your team is very bizarre, is going to be your leading scorer for a season. Why not have a good one, right? If you're drafting in the 5th or 6th or 7th round and you think you can get maybe the best kicker or one of the top 2 or 3 kickers out of college football, would you rather have some rando corner that you're going to cut like either this year or next, or a kicker for the next 10 years? I have no problem drafting a kicker. There's some people that said they would never do it. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
If we got the best one?
Blair Walsh was a 6th round pick, right? That first season was amazing.
Jake Moody, the Niners kicker, was a 3rd round pick.
Yikes.
George Blanda went in the 74th round.
Yeah, it was Robert Agoye.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
2016. Yeah. He was the 59th overall pick.
Man, that's early.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
That's gambling.
What?
His name's Roberto.
Oh.
Aguayo.
Wait a minute. His name's Robert.
It is Roberto.
Roberto Aguayo. Robert Agoye.
Either one.
I'm sorry, Paul.
This is. Let me speak for
Has
Chris.
he met his dad yet?
Let me speak for Chris Hoff.
Is he going to be at the fair at 2?
You need vitamins.
You
I
need
do.
some vitamins.
Well, like this one.
In fairness, Robert's off today.
This is another one that I know I can pronounce. Mike Nugent was a 2nd round pick.
Yeah, Ohio State, right?
Yeah. Sebastian. Yeah, I think he's the only 1st round guy. Jason Hansen, remember that guy?
Really
he was the 2nd round pick.
Presented by the St. Paul Saints.
Yes, the St. Paul Saints. They're on the road right now, but they'll be back soon. And when they are, go down to CHS Field and see baseball in a beautiful little stadium. SaintsBaseball.com. Thank you, St. Paul Saints, for bringing us the news.
Remember the good old days when social media was fun?
Yeah.
And already by now there would be a Robert Agoye Twitter handle that would be following.
Yeah, it was pretty
there
funny.
will be, sure. There will be.
Yeah.
Sure. And there
That
should
was
be.
the best.
Did you guys remember the guy Chip
Scoggins.
Lowmiller?
Yeah,
Lawmiller?
yeah, that's a long time ago.
Lawmiller, yeah.
He was a second-round pick from the Gophers. He went to Washington. He was a second-round pick. 28th.
I guess
pick in
that's
the
a big
second
deal.
round.
I thought it was a huge deal. It seemed like a huge
A
deal.
long time ago.
It is really rare, though.
Yeah.
Where was it? I just said it.
Yeah, I remember Low Miller.
It's an interesting book, by the way. This
Dawkins
book, it's because obviously it's 2020. It's the COVID year, so no fans in the stadium. What it was like to play games with no fans in the stadium. Tom Brady leaving New England and going to a completely different team, and so far I'm enjoying it. Real good.
88 Low Miller. 88 Low Miller. I'm obsessed with this now.
I'm glad you're obsessed with it.
Obsessed.
You need vitamins.
You do.
Washington also took a kicker in
We've moved
1984 in the first round. This can't be
Give us
right.
15 more.
Okay, hang on.
Minnesota State Patrol's telling drivers to slow the hell down.
I'm kind of interested too.
Pay attention. Stay sober ahead of the holiday weekend. The agency says more troopers will be on the road during the Labor Day weekend to try to catch those who are impaired, distracted, or driving recklessly. So y'all be careful.
Yeah.
Right?
Flow of traffic coming home yesterday.
How was it?
Solid. So much so that I was going with the flow of traffic, and then I looked down and I was going 92 miles an hour.
Are you kidding me?
So
And,
shout out, no, nothing.
Oh, okay,
So
got
shout
it.
out to all the drivers going west on 94 yesterday, because I didn't choose to actively speed. I was going with the semis, going with the crowd, and I was going 92 miles an hour.
It's ballsy in Wisconsin,
That is
man.
ballsy.
Man.
You
Those
safely
blue
tuck yourself in
trooper
the middle.
cars.
There are a lot of troopers
Yeah.
in Wisconsin,
And
like
they
tons. Hey, there's
love
Mark
pulling
Parrish.
over.
They really do. They really do.
Buddy! How the hell are you? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Glad you're here.
And I also, by the way, broke the all-time golden rule.
You didn't stop at Toma, did you?
I did not stop in
Yeah, that's
Toma.
ridiculous. What are you thinking?
I had almost a full tank of gas both times I passed Toma, and I felt
That
really
doesn't matter a
bad.
bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Felt really
Some
bad.
chips.
Doesn't matter a bit. Hey, did you notice, by the way, does Rick Wilcox still have his Magic Theater?
I drove right past it,
I
so
love
yes,
that
it's
place,
still
man.
tucked in there.
I still say it's the best. I don't know how much it costs, to be honest with you. I don't care.
Yeah, you know.
I loved that show, man. I'm always blown away by how good that show was when the kids were little.
Yep, don't
And
know.
you've seen Chris Angel.
Yeah, I sure have.
What a waste of time, right?
Yeah, it sure was. Ugh. God, that still pisses me off. And let's see. Let me give you one more, if you would, if you guys don't mind. Speaking of travel, many people say are expected to hit the road for Labor Day weekend. AAA reports domestic travel during the last holiday weekend for the summer could jump as much as 9% compared to last year. The organization says some families may choose to travel to closer destinations due to time constraints. Some of the top destinations include Anaheim, California, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, and Orlando. But state and national parks are also expected to be popular. So the regular spots. But y'all be careful out there. Don't speed.
Hey, speaking of travels, let's give Chris the heads up, because it sounds like he didn't know I was back today.
I did not.
In about a month, there's a vortex where Sauce, Zach, and I are all gone on the same day or days. Do we know exactly how many days all of us are gone, overlapping?
Who?
Aren't you?
No, it's
Aren't
Hogg.
you gone?
No, it's Hogg. He's in London.
Oh, wait, you're? Oh, that's right. So you're
Yeah.
the only one left. See, I'm glad we brought this up. So you're, oh man,
Well, I'll be on the air with you, though.
that is true.
Da, da. Are you singing a
mouth
little,
instrument
are you doing a
is that?
performance for
That's
us this
my
week?
tambourine.
Mouth djembe.
So you're the only one
But
left.
Yeah. I think so.
How many days are you essentially alone,
When do you-
even with Chris
when do you leave for
broadcasting from
London?
London?
Do you know when you leave for London yet, Hawk?
Sometime in October.
I mean, it's a week before,
Probably a
right?
Thursday morning.
They don't. Oh yeah, they cut it close, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
Is he flying during the morning show, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
well, last year
Probably.
he landed, or last time it was, he landed, I think, shortly before the show started, and then you had to cut across town to get
Oh, that's
there.
right.
So, But you'll do good, Sauce.
I can't even read names.
Have Roberto on.
I can join from
88.
What?
Exactly.
I've lost interest.
Anyway, that's the news.
That was the news. Mark Parrish is here.
Hey, morning,
Hi,
guys.
Parrish.
Hi, guys.
Sauce walks us through sports in a second. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Hey, Hawk. Oh, he's not ready. All right. Well, we're going to give away.
What's up, baby?
I want to give away some Weezer tickets if that's okay.
Man, that's a great idea. We did that
And
yesterday.
unfortunately, I just got logged out because the company doesn't like me logged in for longer than 2 seconds here. Okay, here we go. Celebrate 30 years of Weezer's iconic Blue album when they take over XL Energy Center on Wednesday, September 4th. So you can hear all their iconic hits when they play their debut album in full alongside special guests, the Flaming Lips and Dinosaur Jr. Tickets are still available. You can get more info at KFAN.com keyword calendar. But call our 10 right now at 1-800-320-5326. We'll win your way in with a pair of tickets. Good luck.
Let's go. Hey, by the way, what a weird day. So, obviously, no, thank you. I'm good. Didn't know that Cory was going to be here.
Hi.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I don't know what.
Did you
all right?
Those are Egg McMuffins.
Did you fart?
Does it smell
The
good?
McDonald's you ordered.
Yeah, you ordered. Anyway,
You ordered
You
it.
just ate what you're smelling.
at some point during the early part of the show, Parrish texted John Creasel to see if he wanted McDonald's.
Oh, my God.
Because he thought he heard John Creasel on the show.
I swear I did.
The best part is John politely declined.
Did. So I came in here looking for him.
And then there's Mark Rosen.
Well, wait a minute. Who's the
Hey!
new guy in here?
Look at him.
Rosie.
Look at him. How long has it been?
It's been a long time.
2018? I don't know.
Well, AJ's here today because I'm out.
Yeah, Corey's not here.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
You
on
weren't-
vacation today.
He's
You're
gone.
supposed to be gone.
Yeah, Robert
That's what I
Arroyo
heard.
is filling in for him.
Yeah, so
All right.
there's that.
Very good. Well, we're all
We're
one happy
we're a
family.
well-oiled machine, Rosie. Stern has, giant
Right.
group meetings, creative meetings, administrative meetings. They have probably the most detailed schedule of all time. We just go, what are we doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Who's here? Huh? What? Now? And it never works.
I can relate to the memory fog, too. That definitely is,
man.
is a thing.
It's over
No
now.
doubt about it.
We need vitamins.
Brilliant.
We need to make some changes around here. Is what we need to do.
That's true.
We need to go down and shake some trees.
5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around Property Preservation.
Thank you all around.
The Minnesota Twins lost 8-6 in 10 innings to the Braves last night. Their 7th loss in their last 9 games. The Braves led 4-0 in the 7th when the Twins made it 4-3. They tied it up in the 8th, but the Braves scored 4 in the 10th to make it 8-4. The Twins scored 2 in their half, but the rally wasn't enough. The Twins are 72-60, and they've lost 3 straight. They look to snap that streak tonight when David Festa is on the mound against the Braves and Chris Sale.
I think Kansas City's going to end up winning that division.
Yeah, they lead it now.
They're rolling.
Yeah, they are rolling. Good for them. They're a fun team. They deserve it. The Twins melted down late. Duran did not have it. And Royce Lewis is in a slump. Correa's still on the injured list. Buxton's supposed to be coming back soon. It's like, here we go. I mean, they have St. Julian batting cleanup last night. I just went, what? I mean, I know Rocco does his analytics and everything, but I'm going, I don't know if that guy should be batting cleanup. But anyway, what do I know? Just a fan watching from home.
They also released Trevor Richards, the only trade they
Lord.
made at the trade deadline.
That worked out well.
I think he had 7 wild pitches.
Yeah. Good scouting there.
And then they added Joe Ryan to the 60-day injury list.
Right, he's done, unfortunately.
60. Yikes.
Yeah, he's probably out for the year.
Do the math. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do the math?
No.
Okay.
The Vikings got down to their 53 last night. They moved on from Kane Wongwu, and they also moved on from Lewis Seen, Robert Tunyon, and N'Keal Harry.
So right now, they technically have just 2 running backs.
You are correct.
With Aaron Jones and Ty Chandler. Obviously, C.J. Ham's the fullback. I don't know what their plans are. We don't know if they're going to plan on picking someone up, before next week sometime to kind of get them into the fold as another backup running back, because they don't want to overuse Aaron Jones. That's the whole process of why they acquired him, because he's really good, but you don't want. He's been battling some injury issues over the last few years. Don't want to overuse him. Ty Chandler will get his share of carries, but maybe that'll be it for now. But they may wait till after the first week and then sign another veteran too. So that was a bit of a surprise with Kane, though. I think that he was released. Yeah. And Lewis Seen, I hope he catches on with someone else. I hope he does. I really do. I think they look at his tape for that game before. It should help him with his cause, as they say. So we'll see.
But there's almost nothing more damning than the GM that drafted him giving up on him in 2 years. If Kwesi doesn't think he can do it, then why would anybody else?
Kwesi's first pick is
we all know there's a lot of circumstances involved in that one. But I thought he would just about turn the corner and look like he was coming back, and then just doesn't. And the Vikings are pretty deep. That's the one position they're pretty deep at it as far as safety goes. They definitely. Seen would not have seen much playing time. They got that's a quality position right now for the Vikings.
Let's go.
They play their first regular season game a week from Sunday. They're in New York to battle the Giants. Game starts at noon, pregame at 10. The Vikings are currently a 1-point favorite, and the over-under is 48.5.
Surprising they're even a 1-point favorite, because I kept hearing they were going to be underdogs their first 5-6 games.
Well, they will be.
That's a game they have to win.
Yeah, that's a must win.
It really is. Looking at their schedule, but that, one at a time, but that's a very winnable game.
Been looking
41.5, by the way, not 48.5.
What's that? Oh, the over-under?
It's 41.5.
Oh, is it? Whoops.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll give you like a 21-20 game kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they're seeing.
You never know. First games, offenses are usually kind of lethargic because they haven't played all preseason. Yeah. Then again, you'll have some team roll up 38 points on you. So
I've been looking everywhere for any articles about, hey, are the Vikings going to pick up this guy or this guy? Yeah. I haven't seen anything.
Nothing.
There's got to be a running back out there that we're going to bring in. Right?
I would think so, but
there's other situations in the league, though, with like A.J. Dillon getting placed on the IR in Green Bay, where, again, he's not the starter, but other scenarios, it's not just a bunch of cuts. I looked quick, too, Chris, to see like which running backs were available.
Yeah.
And it's like Boston Scott, Frank Gore Jr. It's not a whole lot. But again, we're looking for depth. We're not looking for a starter.
Right. Who? They could have kept
Memphis Toms.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Reigns.
Memphis Reigns is from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Now I get it.
Thank you.
It's like Boston Scott, but different.
This memory, Rosie.
Pear Bear, I know this is Sauce's bit, but yesterday driving home from the Dells, I heard Russo on with Tennessee, and I hadn't heard that Wild fans were starting to freak out about Kirill a year from now.
I heard the same thing. I didn't know that.
That the nerves are starting to, it's like the Minnesota flyover country fears. Like a year from now, if we don't get this thing started to head the right way, is Kirill going to sign a long-term deal and stay here? Because he's not from here. We haven't won much since he's been here, or at all. Are you nervous that a year from now we will not be able to lock up Kirill? I guess he has 2 years left, right? But the extension would be after next year.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
No, not really. I mean, he's shown that he loves it here, that he loves playing here. I know it's early in his career. He came in a little bit late, so there might be a little bit of a urgency maybe on his part, as there is with a lot of guys to win. But from what I've heard, it's nothing like that. I know he likes playing with Zuccarello, and obviously we got to take some steps here. If we kind of struggle again this year without, making some progress in his mind, that, then I'll kind of get a little worried how this year goes. But that being said, right now, no, I'm not that worried at all. I don't even think. This is early for even really a player to be thinking something like that, unless something happened that was incredibly frustrating for him, which I have not heard.
And Pear Bear, doesn't his agent have, I don't know what you know about his agent and how his dialogue goes with the rest of the league, but agents kind of dictate a lot of that as well. They go, wait a minute, we can test the market here.
Yeah, for sure. If the organization might kind of float something out there, The unknown source about maybe moving a guy just to see the public's reaction or see how kind of it'll be held, or maybe if they, or even better, in either side's mind, if they can use it against him. So if his agent can sit there and be like, "Wow, I don't know. You better wrap him up early, or give him a little bit extra, because right now he's kind of looking for greener pastures." That is definitely part of it. Just like the owners will come back and just say something the same way, So it's all part of the game. So no, it's I can understand where it's a thought process and maybe a little bit of a fear for people, because it could happen.
It's a little similar to the Justin Jefferson situation.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Look in
Great
the future,
analogy, AJ.
With that situation, there was an opportunity maybe to lock him up for a lower number prior to this last offseason when they did it. So that factors in too. I don't know how that works in the NHL compared 100%. To the NFL, but part of it is, I think, the Minnesota fan fatalism sort of thing. These things we always talk about them.
But we just gave Boldy all that.
We are jaded.
Yeah.
Didn't we give Boldy a bunch of money just
now?
Yeah.
And Faber.
Yeah.
Faber got paid, yeah. Bill Guerin on with the guys yesterday talking about that. Yeah.
And that was,
love him.
And you could, they got a little bit longer term deal. One, they're just a little bit younger, but two, because of how the contracts were, right? When Kirill came out and he had his first big opportunity for a contract, that was the bridge contract that they did for 4 years that we're in right now.
Yeah, right.
Right. There wasn't really a whole lot of money. They didn't know what they were going to really have to sign him long term. I know they were trying to, but at the same time, I could see where Kirill was a little hesitant to do that. And now it's definitely something that talking about it, I get a little bit concerned, but that's only because it can happen, and I think it's kind of a worst case scenario.
Yeah, and I think Gerdsey brought up the Zuccarello thing.
Yeah,
and said, Russo said something about his contract being up too.
Yeah.
So his best friend to be gone, maybe, perhaps.
That's pro sports.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
Yay.
Rosie, it's not something to celebrate.
Rosie.
Yeah, you love the controversy.
So normally .com Tom joins us at 7:40 on Thursdays, but he's joining us today because he can't make it tomorrow.
At 8:30.
Right. 8:30, Rosie.
8:30 today, so we'll break down all the NFL
Terrific.
talk.
Love to get his insight as always.
Find out what's going on there. Roser.
So have good questions. You have 50 minutes to think about it.
I'll go in the other room and work on it.
All right, Vikings news in a second. More of the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.
Well, I got a second. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. Thank you to everybody that donated to the GoFundMe for Casey O'Brien yesterday. The Power Trip listeners, you came through in such a huge way. And we met our goal last night, less than 24 hours after we started mentioning it on the show. And there were other people, obviously, that donated in a big way. That Michael Jordan from Unreal and so many that came through in a big way. But you Power Trip listeners, we asked you to do it and you did it. So thank you so much. And good luck, Casey, and your family. I hope this works. And now at least one less thing to worry about, right?
Yeah.
Go get him, man.
Amazing young man.
I looked during the break, 290 right now. It's going to get to 3 before the show's done, which is awesome.
That's awesome. Because, they were hoping for 250 and they were worried they weren't going to get there. And they got there and they're like, you know what? If more people want to donate, let's do it.
Right.
Taking aside the generosity of everybody, just thinking about the actual medical cost for something like this. I know it's quote unquote experimental or whatever word you want to use.
Right,
it's not your traditional. People wondering, why isn't this covered by insurance? Well, I mean, that's why. Casey's a warrior, no doubt about it. His family's been wonderful. His extended family's been great, and he's been a great spokesperson. He helped me a lot. I went through my bit, and he's always there for other people. So I'm glad everybody else stepped up for him again.
Yeah, it was really just
cool.
Great to see everybody rally like that. That was fun. So again, I said it earlier, but we all know the perception of radio, how it can be divisive and it can be used as a flamethrower. Radio is a good thing, man. It can be used for good as well.
100%.
And people came through on that yesterday, so that's a good thing. So thank you all for doing that. We appreciate it.
Hey, speaking of being divisive, look, this is nothing new, but man, this year, I don't know what it is, but can we just get rid of politics at the Minnesota State Fair?
Yeah.
All sides.
Yeah.
I remember growing up going to the fair and you'd see somebody supporting a candidate.
Right.
And I wouldn't think twice because it was like, that person's supporting a candidate. And I was probably too young to care which side it was on. I didn't care what the policies were, but everybody kind of peacefully put on a T-shirt and here was a booth and there were politicians waving to people going like, hi, you should get to know me. And I was like, oh, whatever. I'm a high schooler. I don't care. And now it's just trolls, right? Everybody that has a shirt or a sign or whatever, you're just trying to trigger the other team. It just seems like it's zero fun. Can we just get rid of politics at the Minnesota State Fair permanently?
Yeah, I'm with Hawk on that one big time.
My favorite year out there was 98, actually, when Jesse was out there. And Jesse decided to run late, as we all know. And I think he was on this very radio station, as a matter of fact. And he came up to me at the CCO TV booth, and he was wearing his Zubas.
Imagine that.
And
it's a winning combination.
Yeah, it was. And he goes, Rosen, I'm going to run for governor, and I'm going to win. I went, Jesse, come on. And I was like, I did that bit back, in 1988 or whatever it was, or 86, and I said, I had a lot of fun with it. You really, he goes, no, and he just went, that was such a non-traditional, I don't even know if he had a booth. I think he just walked around and glad-handed people and literally slapped them on the back and probably knocked them down. But that was my favorite politician memory of being at the state fair, beyond the norm of the usual suspects, as they say. But yeah.
Without getting specific, have you seen the viral bit with one of those that didn't buy the domain for their booth name?
I did see that.
That's funny.
Is genius.
Genius, funny. Someone else took control of it.
If you haven't heard about this, the neverwalls.com, the people that don't want Tim Walz to be anywhere, they have all these signs that say Never Walls this,
and
Never
they've had
Walls
it for years. It's not brand new.
No,
but if you go to neverwalls.com, it basically says some stuff about Trump and the fact that you should be voting for Harris and Walz.
And then 15 seconds later, it reroutes to the Harris Walz campaign page.
Because they didn't buy the domain name.
That's genius.
Yeah, that's funny.
Whoever did that is kudos.
Genius.
Whatever side you're on.
It's like $20 to get the GoDaddy account. It's so cheap. Just buy the domain.
Tada.com.
I do. Tada.com. It's for sale right now, by the way. I sold that one.
But I do think that's gone in America. The days where you could just peacefully wear a shirt and be like, I'm proud of this person. Right. That just isn't a thing anymore. Now, if you are wearing a shirt, it is not to just peacefully say, I really support this person. You truly are just trying to get the other side mad.
Well, that's why I don't wear shirts.
Yeah. Is that the reason?
Yeah, man, I like showing off my tees.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah, I support nudity and nipples.
And we were going for the same effect with the KFAN shirts this year.
What, nudity and nipples?
No, the triggering aspect, the one that Rosie has on, the Don't Rip Rosie.
Oh, yeah, I happened to grab that out of my closet this morning.
Intended to trigger people.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
It works because I want to rip you.
Of course.
But the shirt says not to.
Yeah.
It's got the red line
But
right
it does
across
say it's across, though, the don't. So it's like that episode from The Office. It's don't rip Rosie.
Right.
So I'm supposed to rip Rosie.
Correct. If you're looking at it the correct way, you are supposed to.
Yes,
and
don't
you do.
rip.
Rip
the
away.
comma's back today, so it's all good. Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's time for Vikings News on the Power Trip, presented by
Accessories Pro. What do you got, Rosen? What are you giggling about?
What, you don't like Mouth Guitar Guy's original stuff?
I'm laughing. He's coming down the home stretch. He's heading to L.A. This is it. I met the man who's going to be driving him out there. He's preparing for his. He was supposed to retire last year, but this is it. So I think he's got today, tomorrow, and I think he's doing dueling mouth guitars.
Yeah, which is great.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a tradition like no other.
Yeah.
It is. It is. And he's such a nice guy. I got to chat with him every day out there. So
He's a virtuoso.
That's what he is.
Great thing about driving out to LA with Mouth Guitar Guys, you don't need worry about any music. He'll
there
just
you go. Yeah. Take requests all the way out there.
Leave. That's right. Yeah.
Why pay for satellite radio?
That's correct.
He's like a mouth jukebox, right?
Yeah.
Just play
I
whatever
heard
you
that
want.
iHeartRadio offered him $70 million for a podcast.
Oh.
That's what I heard.
Oh.
Somewhere bonus is going, yes.
Uh-oh. Got a trade?
Do you think he could stop by the iHeartRadio Music Festival and play a
You know
set?
what? Listen to the latest advertisement. We'll play it 19 times next break.
Oh, boy.
Why do you do it?
You did it.
I did, didn't I?
Dua Lipa, mouth guitar guy.
The Beaver.
Mouth guitar guy again.
Robert Ogoye. What if they do a duet? What if Dua Lipa and Mouth Guitar Guy team up?
Levitating.
You're pretty good at that.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
he's taking over. He's taking over.
What if that's my legacy?
That
All
might
right.
be it.
So, in case you're just hearing
Yes.
about who stayed and who has gone, what surprised you about the cuts there, Mark Rosen, our NFL expert?
Well, I guess Kane getting cut on number one. I mean, I think everyone was a little like, is it the new kickoff rule? Is it that he's just not going to get enough carries?
You know what I've heard through the grapevine, Roser, since you're asking that question?
Yep.
It might be a blocking situation.
Well, that could be too. I mean, I think he's
else heard that?
limited. He's limited in what he does. I mean, Ty Chandler's obviously lapped him and then some. I think Ty's in store for a big year. He may get more carries than Aaron Jones this year.
I think it'll be pretty even. I think there's a
it
chance
will
of
be,
that,
and it should be because again, they don't want to overuse Aaron Jones. Seen a little bit. I thought he might, after that last performance 2 weeks ago, might make the team because teams are reluctant to give up on high draft picks. And I thought maybe because his injury is behind him and mentally he's in a better position. And but again, he plays safety and safety only. He doesn't have the versatility of some of the other guys. I don't think they want to keep him just to be a special teams guy. Tanyan getting cut right now because T.J. Hawkinson's on the PUP list, so he's out for 4 weeks. I thought they might need a little more depth in that position. I'm trying to think what else happened. Nothing shocking, really.
I mean,
Hey, the Lewis Zine game, though, is a nice reminder of how worthless preseason football is.
It is.
Because even though he, quote, flashed, Kwesi and KOC
didn't get
know
swayed by
that
it.
he's doing it against people who are inferior anyway. Right. So even though it's like, hey, look at the kid, he's doing really well. I like that they are aware enough to say, well, yeah, but it doesn't matter. He can't do it against the people that we want him to do it against. So it's.
But then you hear
preseason's the most worthless garbage of all time.
Yeah, but then you hear other wide receivers saying, well, he really impressed, and it might be more with practice and some of the practice sessions they've had than the game itself. But a couple of the wide receivers they kept that you look at and go, well, yeah, this one offensive lineman that made the team. So you just don't know. And the fact that they have to keep 3 quarterbacks. That's just the way the rules allow, and to keep Jaron Hall again. The type of thing. Did Jaron Hall look really good last week on just the way throwing the ball, hitting the receivers, or is he because he's playing third stringers?
Yeah.
And the one thing you don't want to have happen this year is watch Jaron Hall play this year. That would be an indictment on where the Vikings are as a team and with their quarterbacks, because I don't think he's past Nick Mullins as the number 2 guy.
No, but you can't practice squad him either.
That's just it. Exactly.
I saw the number yesterday. There were 65 quarterbacks that started a game last year.
Isn't that something?
Across the league.
Yeah. Most of them for us.
It was,
correct.
It was down from 67 the year before. So like injuries and adversity.
How about the heartbreak for Zachary? Right, we had 5 quarterbacks: Matt Corral and JJ, the 2 that he likes the most.
Yeah,
gone.
Yeah,
tough break for Zachary, man.
But
he doesn't get to watch JJ or Matt Corral throw 1 pass this year.
No. Hey, some
rough
say
run for
Rose,
Zachary.
Roser?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this question. I was talking about how we only have 2 running backs, but we got CJ at fullback. I mean, could he be the 3rd running back?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Right now, he is the 3rd running back.
You know what I mean?
They have no one else.
If Ty goes down and there's a problem with Aaron, could he jump in a tailback? He could, right?
He's versatile enough to do what he has to do, but he's not flashy. We know what CJ is capable of, and he's a terrific blocker, and he can carry the rock, as they say, for X number of
Dwayne Johnson
times. Oh. Yeah, he could carry him on his back.
Maui.
But he's not a 15, 20 carry a game guy. You don't want to get to that point where C.J. Ham is your starting running back.
Let me tell you something else, Roser, if you don't mind.
No.
Sorry to keep interrupting you.
No, this is not. You're not interrupting. We're having a conversation.
Thank you. I'm looking at the depth chart right now.
Yeah.
Do you know who they have listed as kick returner right now? Ty Chandler.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how they line up, because everyone.
Have we seen him do that?
Well, here's what we can probably say with pretty pretty good confidence. If he's the second running back and there's only 2 running backs on the team, he's not going to be the kick returner.
I wouldn't think so.
They're not going to put him in that position.
It's pretty risky.
Yeah.
Even with the new rules, there's still a lot of contact out there. And I'm sure
we haven't seen an official depth chart yet, Chris. Again, are you looking at the Vikings? It's probably the third preseason. Like they updated for preseason.
I can't believe he's going to be the kick returner. Yeah.
Damn it.
No,
we'll get that, next Wednesday? A week from today?
Yeah.
That's when we'll get the first one. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much some of the wide receivers that made it. Again, we don't know what Jordan Addison's status is going to be health-wise.
Yeah, even the ankle. Yeah, right.
If not, Jalen Naylor, I would think, would be wide receiver number 2.
You mean Speedy, obviously. That's
Speedy, yeah.
Don't do it, Rosie.
It's Speedy.
Don't go over to the dark side. His name is Jalen Naylor.
That's
You
what I
do
call
not
him.
have to call him Speedy.
I don't.
Don't do it, Rosie.
I think at 14 years old, he was the fastest high school runner in the nation. At
He was
14.
the fastest mouse in all Mexico.
No, that's not true. That wasn't him.
I don't think that was.
He's had a good.
It's fun to say
he
Mexico.
has. I'm
I like
excited
that.
for him.
Me too. I like the kid. Quiet kid. Good dude.
But it's just such a enigma. It's sort of like I was, talking to Guardsy about the Gopher football team. What do you know? Do you have with Max Brosmer? He goes, people keep asking me. I have no idea. We don't know what Sam Darnold's going to be like. We have no idea. Based on what he's done in his career, not good. Based on what he could do with this team, we don't know. So people, I don't know, the Vikings are going to finish dead last, no question, no questions asked. There's no way they can compete with the other teams in their division. Okay, you might be right.
Just watch, man.
You might be right, but he might have a really good year. I did an interview with Brad Johnson the other day, who's been through that as a former ninth round pick of the Vikings, whose son Max may end up starting against the Gophers here tomorrow night.
That's right.
Grim said he's terrible.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I mean, that's an overstatement. You didn't quite say that. But
He's been bounced around a little bit. But Brad's been through it. He understands. I mean, he went through from Minnesota, went to Washington, ends up going to Tampa and winning a Super Bowl. So, I mean, at an advanced age in his career. So, a lot of weird things have happened in this league. It depends on who you're surrounded by, how you're coached up, and just the circumstances involved. So let's just play.
Let's play the game.
Use the word enigma. Do you know the Riddler's name is Edward Nigma?
No.
Yeah, of course. That's his last name, yeah.
Did not know
So
that.
his name is
The original Riddler?
Enigma.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I was farting too much.
Get it? Because he's like a,
Who said that?
It's a mystery.
How did you
I did not.
That's your voice.
It's not my
was
electronically.
farting too much.
Yeah. Is that AI?
That
Yeah,
is
that's
AI.
AI Rosie.
Yeah.
You look tan.
That's kind of you.
Hey, how about Sid Vicious dying?
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh,
The
man.
wresler. Sid Vicious.
He had a moment, man.
I didn't know.
When
He's only 63.
When he
That's way too
stormed
young.
into the old
Wrestlers
WWF
don't
back in the day for a little bit, he was like the unstoppable force.
Yeah. Didn't he break? Didn't he have a bad injury in the ring? Like that was vicious, like broke a leg or something like that
Didn't
in the
follow
ring.
his career.
That sounds right.
I think that was him. How about that? Man?
Yeah.
A lot of
It says
wrestlers.
his career ended with a televised
young.
injury.
Yeah, that was it then. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like like he had 2 knees.
Ew.
Yeah, bad stuff.
Leg injury, yeah.
Man, wrestlers do not
Way
make it
too
very long,
many.
do they?
Well, abused
Hard life,
steroids, abused. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Yeah.
Sauce, was
Not
he
me.
in that WWF video game or not? I don't remember if he was.
That video game wailed.
With like Warrior, Earthquake,
my
Hogan,
gosh, so
Legion
good.
of Doom.
Yeah.
I don't think Sid Vicious. Maybe I think he was actually.
We have it at the cabin.
Let me Google this
I guess we
quickly.
Google it. Don't need to wait for me to go to the cabin.
How do I feel like I've played a video game with Sid Vicious? Not
Come on,
in the
Parrish,
same
you know.
room.
Come on, Parrish.
I remember the game, but I can't remember either. I was a Hogan guy. Come on.
Hard not to be.
Who wasn't?
He was.
I don't remember if
I don't
he was
think
in
he
that
was.
game. Man, that was a fun game.
Oh man, it was so fun.
Says he only exists in WCW Backstage Assault on
There
the
you
PS1.
go. Okay.
There you go.
Don't think that's the one you're
I
thinking
don't
of.
think I played that one,
No.
so definitely not. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on the Fan.